Within this video, I'm going to talk about creating service categories and services. Services are what you would normally place an order for. Now let's go into the service category. I can click on a category and you'll notice I can set the image, thumbnails, set it as active, and show buyer. Show buyer will show it to the broker so that they can place an order or they can see this category. The priority is used for sorting, and you'll notice that the priority again is used for sorting. The system sorts it by priority and then by name of the service category. Now let's go to services. You'll notice the categories: packaging, packages, imaging, services, marketing, the name, the description, and you'll see the tasks here. There's two types of services. There's the public services, which are available to brokers to place, and then there's internal services that our staff will be only able to see. Let's go ahead and take a look at the new. I'm going to go and actually just edit. To edit, you just click on the service and it will take you to the edit screen. You'll see the name, service type, on-site or client. I'll explain that in detail later on. The service category, what's included, images. These will show up, maybe a different showcasing of different images. Is it active? Show to the buyer or not. The due date, 3 days is after. We can select the due date, and this is the due date after the latest scheduled date. So if it was, for example, photography services, if the client scheduled it for a particular day, this would set the due date 3 days after that date. The maximum number of square feet that are allowed for this service. This is very specific and probably not going to be used in most cases. Pricing, by square footage or by fixed price. If it's by square footage, you can also set the price tiers or not set price tiers. If you do not set the price tiers, then you would set the minimum price, price per square foot, and the price per square foot dollars, and then the price per square foot as well. I'll get into a little bit more detail on that at a later point in time. If you're doing price tiers, then you can set up different tiers based on the square footage. And if you're doing fixed price, then it would just be a fixed price for this service. That's very complex, so I'll get into that in a different video. You can also set questions that you would like to ask the client when they're placing an order for this service. There's a variety of different types of questions that can be set up, and you can set it so that it's required or it can be an optionally answered question. Now this is the most important part, setting all these different tasks. You'll notice this service has a lot of different tasks that are set up here. And once we finish the task, it shows you all the images, the thumbnails, and everything. So now, I'm going to go into one of these tasks and I'll show you how tasks are set up. First, we select a task from our huge category, a database of tasks. That'll be explained in a different video how to add a task. Then you select which tasks are required to start and complete before this task should be created in the system. I'll explain that a little bit more in detail by showing you another task. Delay start by, hide prior, and reoccurring are future features, so they're not currently fully operational. I'm going to go out of here, and let's go into, for example, create website. So this is the task from the task database, and this is the task that must be completed before this task is created in the system. So for example, this one, review for a website. All these tasks have to be completed. I can go in there and change which tasks I must be completed before this task is created in the system. Now there's three types of tasks. I'm going to go back into here. You'll notice the book task, the scheduled task, and the assigned task. I've mentioned this in a different video. The book task is a task that requires the technician to go on site. The scheduled task is scheduled for a particular date and time to be completed, and the assigned task would be simply assigned to someone to complete. This concludes the services. The next video I'll talk about is creating tasks.